Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Jellicent. Jellicent on a double water backline in the Ultra League. This team can prove to be quite effective because everyone loves to use Talonflame. And both of our water types on this team also have very good play up against other water types like Swampert and Walrein. So Jellicent will be serving as the closer on this team. Jellicent has a lot of strong play across the entire Ultra League meta. It is quite tanky as well, so it can absolutely tank a lot of damage and keep on ticking along. Jellicent is amazing. I always have a very fun time playing with it. I just got tired of seeing so many Talonflames, guys. And also on this team, we've got Tapu Fini on the safe swap for some additional for some additional Talonflame coverage. Tapu Fini's not only a very solid lead option, which I do love as a lead, but it's also a very good safe swap. And also on this team, we've got Scrafty on the lead. Scrafty is here to pick up those Trevenant leads and also those ever so popular Walrein leads. A lot of people love leading with Walrein. I've seen so many in the Ultra League this cycle, and it's amazing. But without further ado, before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go. Off a lead in Escavalier, we're going into Tapu Fini, and they're choosing to stay in. So, this could mean a number of things. There could be a Talonflame in the back. There could be a number of things that don't want to see a Tapu Fini. I don't advise staying in if you're the Escavalier because Tapu Fini wins this matchup in all even shield scenarios. So they can stay in all they want. They are just doing us a favor, guys, because we can't have this thing anywhere near our Scrafty. Scrafty does not have a fun time against Escavalier. We will shield up the second drill run and look to get to another surf. Gonna throw on optimal timing here. We go for surf number 2, and they kind of have to shield if they want to try and win this, but it's not possible. I don't think they know that. I don't think they got the memo. It is not possible. Not gonna happen, guys. We're gonna get to another surf. And we're going to go for that surf and get rid of the Escavalier. This is one major obstacle out of the way as we say bye-bye to Escavalier. Now we're going to see what didn't want to see Tapu Fini. Here it is, Umbreon. Yeah, Umbreon definitely doesn't want to see a Tapu Fini, guys. But you know what? It also doesn't want to see a Scrafty, which is the beauty of this team. It has so much coverage on the meta. Just going to chip with a surf because I had a sneaking suspicion that they know the counts for water guns, so they were going to probably try and get rid of us just as we were getting to the Moonblast. So I'd rather get some damage than no damage. And they've got a Typhlosion. Holy smokes, what the heck? Oh man, this is kind of scary, guys. Whenever you're up against a Typhlosion and shields are down, that is a very scary thing. So we're just going to go for this Shadow Ball while we can. This thing has access to Solar Beam, and it absolutely hits like a truck as they obliterate our Jellicent. Holy smokes. So we're just going to look to counter this Typhlosion down. They will not make it to a Blast Burn, and it is just about lights out, guys. This is why you don't run the Community Day Umbreon with Psychic, guys. Please, I urge you, if you intend to use your Umbreon in either the Great League or the Ultra League, please TM away Psychic because there's nothing more demoralizing than going up against opposing dark types with Psychic Umbreon. So, yeah, that's going to be a good game. Well played. Scrafty is such a powerful lead in this meta, and here we go for reasons like this. We got a large, cuddly walrus on the lead. That's an amazing lead win for us, and they make a play in the Talonflame. Holy smokes, guys. This is why I put this team together today. This is exactly why people are running Walrein and Talonflame on the same teams over and over, non-stop. I got tired of it, guys, so yeah, that is where we are today. Dominating Walrein on the lead and dominating Talonflame on the safe swap. We tank a Brave Bird because we knew that we could tank it and they would not survive our water guns, which leaves us with as low health as possible. They come in with a Cresselia, and they're looking to farm us down, but that's not going to be without either giving up a shield or tanking some decent damage from Tapu Fini here. And they bank some energy, make a play in the wall rain. It's Scrafty time yet again, guys. Gonna just go for this power punch. Now, I think we played this wrong. My thought process was to, one, boost our counter damage, but to also let that Cresselia know that we're boosted. And I thought that if I could get a power punch off, I could get out of here without having to tank 3 of their Icicle Spears. Generally, I would recommend going for the foul play and then farm down, because right here we ended up having to tank, or we actually had to shield this 3rd Icicle Spear so that we could maintain some health on our Scrafty. So it didn't quite work out, but we do have loads of energy, guys. So we're going to really put the pressure on this Cresselia. We get a shield because they did tank a Moonblast. And we're going to call this. We're going to call this as a Grass Knot. And it is the Grass Knot, which means that we live long enough to get to another boosted foul play on this Cresselia. So maybe the plan did work, guys, because they kind of have to shield this. And they do. So it's Jellicent time. Jellicent up a shield up against Cresselia. Can do very well, especially when it comes in with a health advantage, which we have. We tank a couple of Grass Knots, no problem from the Cresselia. Jellicent is quite bulky in the Ultra League. We are going to tank that. 1 shield flexing on the Cresselia here as we get to this Shadow Ball. And this Cresselia is low enough to where we will say bye-bye to the Cresselia and close the game with Jellicent. Jellicent doing its job to perfection, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Jellicent proved to be quite the closer in the Ultra League today. It's always a fun time with Jellicent. But this is not fun. Seeing a Grand Bull on lead with Scrafty, we stay in a little to see what fast move is running. It's Charm, so we're out of there. And they come in with Talonflame onto our Jellicent. That is very, very interesting. I don't know what they're doing, but we're going for this Shadow Ball. They do tank it. That means they're going to look to get off a couple of Brave Birds here. Whenever they tank that, they're not looking to play games. So we're going to shield this. But no, they are playing games. They're baiting us with a resisted Flame Charge, looking to boost that Brave Bird damage. But I don't know if they know, but we tank a boosted Brave Bird. That's how bulky Jellicent is, guys. And they do shield up our Bubble Beam. We took a little of the sting off of that damage output from this Talonflame. Going to shield up this potential Brave Bird here and try to maybe farm down, but we can't quite do it, but that's okay. We do definitely tank a Brave Bird. I don't think they knew that. We're going to look to go for the farm down. Jellicent, super bulky, super clutch. You love to see it, guys. So we're just blind throwing a Shadow Ball. It happens to be a Typhlosion, another Typhlosion in the Ultra League. People are running Typhlosion, probably getting sick of seeing all the Registeels, I would imagine. We come in with Tapu Fini, and they come in with the Grand Ball. That might be a misplay, guys. They could have definitely gotten off a Solar Beam, especially knowing that shields are down. And they could have saved their Grand Ball for our Scrafty. Maybe a slight misplay by them, but hey, we'll take it. We definitely live a Blast Burn here. Definitely long enough to get off a Foul Play. The Foul Play will not KO, but it will be getting this Typhlosion quite low. Typhlosion is not known for its bulk, and it does not perform well when shields are down. They will farm down, and it's getting a little sweaty here, guys. We have to be able to farm down before that last Incinerate registered. Holy smokes. They were inches away from taking us off the field with a Solar Beam, guys. That was super close. Good game. Well played to them. Had a blast with those bonus battles. As we move into the featured set of the video, we are met with a Scrafty mirror matchup. We have Tapu Fini on our team. We're gonna go into Tapu Fini, and they meet us with an Escavalier. Interesting. Escavalier is not an answer to Tapu Fini, guys. We saw in that last matchup, it does not work out well for the Escavalier, so we're fine with that. As we don't want this anywhere near our Scrafty, so this is fine. We will look to play this out. We're going to tank the Drill Run. We definitely tank a Drill Run and look to go for the farm down. We're going to shield this because we saw Scrafty, we see Escavalier. I'm thinking there could maybe be another counter user on this team. So we do farm down. We are down a shield, but Tapu Fini with loaded energy can be quite dangerous, guys. And there it is, right on cue. Another counter user in the form of Toxicroak. And Toxicroak Toxicroak is quite squishy, I might say, excuse me. So they will have to shield up these Surfs. They would be doing quite a bit of damage to Toxicroak, and it looks like they're going for the aggressive farm down. Oh, but little do they know, we've got a tanky jellyfish waiting, lurking in the back on our team. Oh, this must be so awful for them, guys. I can't imagine as they concede the match. Yeah, triple counter is no match for this team, guys. This is why we have the 2 Pokemon behind Scrafty for the fighters. Good game, well played. Seeing a lot of interesting teams in the Ultra League, guys, but hey, this team was working to perfection today. Here we go. For reasons like this, we got a Shadow Walrein lead. This is an amazing lead for us, and they're staying in, so that means they're weak to Scrafty in the back. We know that we can comfortably tank a couple of these Icicle Spears, no problem, and we're just going to overload a little bit and go for the foul play. This is the ideal way to play Walrein on a fresh matchup on the lead. You just go 1 foul play and counter down. We do tank another Icicle Spear, but we're going to shield this because we're reading that they're weak to Scrafty on this team. There's no other reason to stay in on a losing lead like that. And there we go. They've got a Giratina. So we're just going to put the pressure on the Giratina, go for this foul play, and they let it go. That's amazing. So we're going to go into our soft counter, Jellicent, because we saw that it was running Dragon Breath. Tapu Fini would be the hard counter. And they meet us with a Tin Can Man. Notice Registeel here, so just going to do as much damage as we can on the Registeel before it can take us out. But I was counting, and they're a little shy from the Zap Cannon. They got Flash Cannon. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness, guys. This really brings me back. Brings me back to the time before Registeel became overpowered with Zap Cannon. Oh, back in those days, it was a thing of beauty if you got your Jellicent locked onto a Registeel because it resists everything, guys. Our water typing is resisting these flash cannons, which means that we don't have to shield a thing from this Registeel. Just going to chip with a Bubble Beam and look to farm down. Oh, it's a thing of beauty if you ever find yourself against a Flash Cannon Reggie. And they come back in with the Giratina, so just going to go for the Shadow Ball, likely grab the shield, and we do. And we're just going to stay in and force them to throw because they cannot farm us down before we get to another Shadow Balls. And they realize that, so they do throw. And this is amazing. It is Tapu Fini time, if I've ever seen it in the Ultra League. Oh, you love to see it. It's a thing of beauty, guys. We are double resisting these Dragon Breaths. They can only go Shadow Sneak. And actually, from this health range, we don't even need to bother with the Moonblast. We can go straight Resisted Surf because these Dragon Breaths are doing no damage, guys. This is equivalent to a normal type going up against the ghost type. We're double resisting this fast move pressure, so not a big deal at all. We can go Resisted Surf. Straight Resisted Surf will be more than enough to take out the Giratina here. But oh, it transformed into a Registeel magically. Holy smokes. Oh man, can Niantic like kind of chill on the wild camera panning? That messes me up all the time, guys. The wild camera panning where you can't see your opponent's side of the board. It's a little annoying at times, but didn't make a difference there. We take out the Giratina with our Tapu Fini and close the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. By no means is this team perfect, but my goodness, it is definitely good for picking up some solid wins in the Ultra League, I will say. Here we go, positive lead, Jellicent. They make a play into Shadow Machamp, and it's Tapu Fini time. Here we go. We tank one of whatever the Shadow Machamp throws at us. Just going to go for a Surf. It'll do loads of damage if they choose to no shield, but they let it go, and that is now within farm down range. They were farming for days. They're definitely well past the rock slide. Oh, and they go payback. Holy smokes. Yeah, we tank that, no problem, and we farm down. We've got a little bit of energy. Going to look to try and get to a Moonblast on this Jellicent here. I believe this is a bubble beam, so we let this go. We tank that, no problem. They can farm us down, that's okay. I think they might have undercharged that as well, but that is okay. Just gonna look to chip with this Moonblast. An attack drop would be nice. We don't get it, but that's okay. This Jellicent will farm down. We will not make it to another move. That is fine. Coming back in with Scrafty here. We do have a little bit of energy on our Scrafty. Gonna tank whatever this is. Most likely just a bubble beam. Yeah, and it is a bubble beam. That is okay. We're gonna look to build up to this foul play, and this is just another bubble beam. Not a big deal at all. They can bubble beam us all they want as they make a play into Swampert. So it's Jellicent time. Here we go. Shields are still up on both ends. And most Swamperts will look to go right for that Earthquake. This is a Shadow. Not going to tank a Earthquake before getting off a Bubble Beam to take a little bit of the sting off of the damage output of this Shadow Swampert here. And they do let that go. That's a gutsy call there. Could have definitely been a Shadow Ball. So that kind of ticked me off a little bit. I was like, how dare you successfully call my Bubble Beam? And I start messing around a little bit here. I just go straight Bubble Beam. I basically, just messing around. I'm basically telling them, you will shield my Bubble Beam one way or another. So we go straight Bubble Beam against the Swampert. Just having a little fun in the Ultra League. They swap to clear those debuffs. Back into the Jellicent. And going to go for another Bubble Beam on the Jellicent before making a play back into our Scrafty for the combo play. We do have a foul play locked and loaded. I'm thinking we maybe lulled them asleep a little bit because they let that go. They might have thought that we were, one of those bait-happy traders that love the bait. But we went for the foul play. We do tank a Hydro Cannon, and this is just about lights out. Unfortunate for them. They go down with shields. You never want to see that. You got to use your shields at some point. But good game, well played nonetheless. Oh, the Scrafty lead was so nice today, guys. Here we go again. Another Walrein on the lead. It's a thing of beauty. You love to see it, guys, when you're running Scrafty on the lead. Here we go. They come in with a Swampert. So we decided to stay in a little bit and chip with a foul play before going into our Tapu Fini, because Swampert can be a handful at full health with Tapu Fini. So they do shield that, so we're going to catch this Hydro Cannon onto our Tapu Fini. We intended on coming in with it anyways, and we will shield up the potential Earthquake here and look to get off a Surf. Surf plus a few Water Guns should be enough to take out this Swampert here. Going to go for the Surf right here. And if they let this go, it'll be doing quite a bit of neutral damage. But no, they shield it. So, yeah, I think we do elect to shield up the potential Earthquake here, because that is dangerously close to KOing if we no-shield that. And we do shield that correctly. And going to go for the aggressive farm down. We got a little gun-shy, and we should have farmed down. But they were getting pretty close to an Earthquake. So we did hit our move. But that's okay. Not a big deal. Fully anticipating them to come back in with the Walrein. We do have a little bit of residual energy. If they decide to go for an Icicle Spear, I'm thinking we can get to a Moonblast. But no, they're going for the aggressive farm down. That is insane. Tapu Fini is quite bulky, and this Moonblast does quite a bit of damage. They probably should have just gone for the Icicle Spear. They're going for it. Oh, they fully committed to that, but it did definitely cost them a lot of their health in the process. Gonna throw Scrafty in here. We can tank these Icicle Spears, no problem. I'm thinking there might be a Talonflame in the back on this team. Just a lot of people have been running Walrein Talonflame. It was insane today. They Earthquake us, and yet there it is, right on cue. Talonflame with no shields up against a very tanky Jellyfish. We get to the Shadow Ball. It does not KO, but it does quite a bit of damage, and we definitely live a Brave Bird. They've got to Brave Bird us, and there's a double-edged sword that comes with the Brave Bird. You do loads of damage, but you lower your defense by 2 stages, which means that we get to this Bubble Beam, And because they lowered that defense by 2 stages, we're saying bye-bye to the Talonflame, and we are still relatively healthy. Icicle Spear will not KO from this health range. All we need is a Bubble Beam to take out the Walrein. We definitely live an Icicle Spear from this health range. Jellicent, super tanky, super clutch. Oh my goodness, guys. If you don't have a Jellicent by now for the Ultra League, I would highly recommend you consider pursuing it, because it is quite strong in the Ultra League, as we saw right there, guys. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. So like I said, by no means is this team perfect, and you're probably wondering what we do with Galvantula, guys. This is what we do with Galvantula. We top left, because Galvantula runs right through the entire team. So hey, no team's going to be perfect. You know, you don't run into Galvantulas all that often. I just decided to save everyone some time and heartache by top lefting the Galvantula lead. But hey, yeah, you know, guys, you get those matchups sometimes, but that's all right. It's still the team was still wildly effective today. I had a blast with it. Scrafty is a very powerful lead, especially when people are running Walreins non-stop, left and right, one after another. Walrein lead here, Walrein lead there. Like I said, I was tired of it, guys, and I was tired of seeing the Flaming Bird of Terror, Talonflame. So I built this team this afternoon, and my goodness, was it effective! Like I said, by no means is it perfect. Galvantula does run through the team, but like I said, not a whole lot of people run Galvantulas in the Open Ultra League. Scrafty on the lead picks up a lot of solid leads. It protects the 2 Pokemon in the back from the Trevenants, and the 2 Pokemon in the back protect it from the Fighters and the Talonflames. It's a thing of beauty. Works almost to perfection sometimes. But still a very solid team nonetheless. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.